I don't need to wear this at Disney anymore? What? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm SwishWilly, aka Lindsay, and if you're new here, welcome. I talk about all things Disney, so if you're into that sort of thing, make sure you click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. You may have already heard about this, but Disney has relaxed their mask policy, and I'm about to tell you everything you need to know before you go about their mask policy. Now, this new policy took effect last week at all the parks and Disney Springs, but hold up. Just because they relaxed the mask policy, it doesn't mean there is no mask policy. So you still need to carry that mask with you at all times when you're at the Disney parks and at Disney Springs. What hasn't changed is that masks are required for all guests ages 2 and up and all cast members. However, it has changed in the locations in which you need to wear it. So Disney is kindly asking that you bring your mask with you to the park, and you are going to need it in all indoor locations. Where exactly are you allowed to go and not wear a mask? Easy. Basically, it's all outdoor guest common areas. So if you're in Magic Kingdom, you can walk down Main Street in Tomorrowland, etc., and not have to wear a mask. However, as soon as you get into your queue to get into any attraction, theater, show, anything that requires you to get in a queue or to go indoors, you have to wear your mask. It doesn't matter if your queue is outdoors, it just matters that it's a queue. So you will still have to wear it, especially because they have shortened the physical distancing from 6 feet to 3 feet. And not only do you have to wear it in indoor attractions, you're also required to wear it when you go into any dining establishment, and until you are actively eating or drinking and stationary, you have to keep your mask on. You also need to keep your mask on when you're on any sort of Disney transportation. That includes monorail, buses, friendship boats, and the Skyliner. Now this is the part where I get a little teensy bit irritated. When people take off their mask on the monorail and Skyliner, just because you're riding alone doesn't mean it's safe. You had people in there prior to you getting in there, and you had people coming in after you got off. They don't sanitize these areas every single time a guest gets off. So if you're getting into a monorail car and a Skyliner gondola, you have no idea if the people ahead of you wore their mask or not. And then you're putting yourself at risk, and you're putting others at risk if you don't wear that mask, because it is an enclosed space that other people will be occupying immediately after. So please make sure you are continuing to wear these masks all throughout your Disney transportation, regardless if you're sitting there alone or not. Now, what hasn't changed is exactly what type of masks you're allowed to wear on Disney property. You want to make sure that your mask is at least 2 layers of breathable material. You want to make sure that it covers your nose, chin, and mouth. You also want to make sure that it fits snugly and there's barely any gaps amongst your cheeks. And you want to also make sure that they are securely tied around your ears. Again, what has not changed is the types of masks that are not considered acceptable on Disney property. Neck gaiters are not allowed. Your standard bandana that has an open bottom because it's just a triangle, also not allowed. You can't have anything that has valves on it because that doesn't really help you with anything. You also can't have anything with mesh or holes in it. I feel like this one's fairly obvious, and because it's not Halloween, there shouldn't really be this anyway, but costume masks do not count. You can't come in with a mask of a Disney character and expect that that's going to work. You can have face coverings that are an acceptable mask that have Disney characters on them. However, you can't have a full-out costume mask. They are allowing the ones that you can see your mouth through it. However, you have to make sure that this is a solid, clear piece that is securely attached to the materials of all the accepted types of face coverings I mentioned previously. So Disney is adamant that you do not wear a face covering in a certain area, and that's when you're on the water slides at any of their water parks. So let's break it down where you are not allowed to wear your masks. Now, they're required when entering and throughout all attractions, all theaters, including theater entrances, all transportation and transportation entrances. If you don't know what I mean by transportation entrances, it's basically your queue to get on any Disney transportation. And lastly, all indoor locations, including restaurants, unless you are actively eating and drinking and stationary. Where you're allowed, all outdoor common areas and your pool decks. Another big policy change that has happened is they are no longer requiring temperature checks to get into the parks or to get into Disney Springs. This policy has also changed at the Disneyland Resort. However, the mask policy has not taken effect just yet. They have not eased the restrictions so far on their mask mandate. So definitely keep checking the Disneyland.com website for all your up-to-date information on your mask policies. I know this video was short and sweet, but I thought you guys could use the information. So make sure that you hit that like button and click subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Let me know in the comments how you feel about these new relaxed measures. As masks are still required in many places along Disney property, you can get your own SwishWilly and Disney mask, and I'll link that down below. Thanks again for watching this video, and have an awesome day!